Imagine a world where sending your voice across the country was just a wild dream. No texts, no instant calls, just the hope that a letter might make it across in a few weeks. But in the late 1800s, something incredible started to shift. Let's take a quick trip into the epic journey of voice, how it went from a whisper to a shout that could cross an entire continent. First up, let's talk about the magic behind your voice traveling anywhere, the transistor. Now I know what you're thinking. Transistors sound technical and kind of boring, right? But these tiny devices are like the secret superheroes of electronics. A transistor's job is to take weak signals, like the sound of your voice, and turn them into strong electrical signals that can travel for miles. Before transistors, phones relied on vacuum tubes, which were big, fragile, and not so reliable. When transistors arrived suddenly, sending a voice signal over long distances became way more practical. But how did we turn a human voice into something a machine could send? Here's how it goes. You speak into a telephone, your voice vibrates a little diaphragm inside, and bam! That vibration gets turned into an electrical signal. This signal travels through wires, sometimes boosted by amplifiers, sometimes hopping between switches and exchanges, until it reaches its destination. At the other end, another diaphragm shakes to turn the signal back into sound. It's like a magic relay race, your voice baton handed off by electricity the whole way. So who made this all happen? Enter Alexander Graham Bell. Yeah, the guy whose name you wrote in your school notebooks. Bell's first telephone changed the world in 1876, but it took decades to figure out how to send a call not just across a city, but from New York all the way to San Francisco. Think about it, that's over 3,000 miles of wire. The big breakthrough? The invention of better amplifiers and switching stations, plus improvements in those little transistors. Finally, in 1915, history was made. The very first coast-to-coast phone call. On one end, Alexander Graham Bell in New York City. On the other, his old collaborator Thomas Watson in San Francisco. Bell spoke into the phone, and for the first time, his words traveled from ocean to ocean. The world had shrunk, just a little bit. It's wild to think how a few clever inventions and a lot of wire changed the way we connect. Next time you pick up your phone, remember, your voice is riding on the shoulders of giants, traveling further and faster than anyone in the 1800s could have ever imagined.